throwing it up and hoping for a prayer, dog. Is what it looked like. We live.
That's what's up. No.
Sundays and Wednesdays, yeah. 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. It's the crew and you. Let's go.
You can't get any better.
Best thing about it, the way he did it the right way.
With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Do y'all have anything to say about
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. Congratulations to my dog, Chuck Little John, the OG.
Y'all didn't notice I've been changing hats all night, have you?
No.
You've been doing
That
it. And so look, let me tell you, those dudes were the first one that I ever seen with the full tracksuit and no drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that you can be at the bottom, you can be anything you want to be, and when that happens, you can be a champion like me.
You imagine 100 people just all yelling?
With the crew and you, to the crew and you. With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. I'm your boy G. To my right hand side, we have Decatur's dominant defense, Mr. Corey Davis. We are without our other co-host for right now. He'll be on shortly. He's coming in hot, man. So we will hold down the fort until he gets here. But my dog, how you feeling this weekend, bro?
Man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm always good. I determine my aptitude and my altitude. You see what I'm saying? Altitude and altitude. That's the same thing.
Altitude and altitude?
Aptitude and altitude.
Altitude. That's two different things. Yes.
Yes.
I like it. I like it. That's a very, very good statement there, young fella. I'm gonna have to use that one.
No doubt.
All right, my dog. My dad, Larry Wright, Roddy Little John, Al Lassiter, and James Little John. What's up, my guys? Welcome to the show. Everybody out there on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, thank y'all for rocking with us. Remember, when you come to the channel, tell a friend, bring a friend, and when you come, don't come by yourself. This is episode 27, season 5. We have a great episode for you all, man. We have a great episode. We are going to talk about some topics that we left off on last week. We didn't really get to talk much about the Tua Tagovailoa. Yes, that's that one.
Pretty good.
Comments. Thank you. Comments about what his old coach Brian Flores said. We will talk about that. Oh, we got the OT on.
Mm-hmm.
We will also jump into it's cut down time. It's cut down time in the NFL. Preseason is over. By Tuesday, all teams need to get down to 53 players. 53 players, man. So we are at most of the teams are at 90. So you have to cut a good 37 players. And of course, add some players to your practice squad. But cut down does start, man, now. So we want to know.
Did you say 90 players?
90 players, yeah, 90 players. Before they were doing, you cut them weekly. After every preseason game, you cut them down. They changed the rule a couple years back. Now you get to hold those players for their entirety of the preseason. That way, you don't run short. You don't have to play your starters during the last games or whatever it may be. So you get to play multiple players. You get to see multiple people, and a lot of the newer players get a lot of film because they have to play a lot more now.
Before you finish that, now I know the topic that we're talking about is who you want to see cut, but let me ask y'all both a question just quickly. Would you want to stay the whole time and then get cut the last day, or would you want to get cut early and then try to find you another job somewhere else?
Well, I would want to get cut later on because those other teams still have their players out there. So they're not really looking at the waiver right now. They're trying to figure out what they have on their squad. So they're not
all the teams gonna cut at one time and then
it's like a free fall.
Everybody picking the pot.
Everybody picking the pot. Yeah. So if you leave early, these other teams still into their players. So they haven't evaluated their players enough to bring you in. So you're going to be sitting there getting out of shape. Right now, at least you're on a squad, staying in shape. So when it does come time for you to get cut, you had just played. You just played last week, so you're not missing anything. So
still kind of fresh.
You're fresh. Yeah, you're fresh. If you get cut early, you sitting out there and nobody picks you up. Yeah. They might forget about you.
You got cut. You ain't fresh, and you cut.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, gee, you muted yourself, bro.
I don't know. To me, I guess it's two sides to that story.
Okay.
To me, I think if you have done enough for somebody to take a look at you and you get cut, then you have that option where another team may pick you up, and you may be able to play in some preseason games and shine with the other team.
That's if they pick you up, though, right? If they still got their total.
Right, but I'm saying though, if you wait until so now what we're saying is that everybody at 90 players. So everybody by Tuesday got to do a drastic cut. So now it's gonna be a big free fall.
I think that if that's what it is, you in the pot with everybody.
That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a big free fall.
Yeah.
So if I have opportunity to get ahead of that free fall, then I want to have opportunity to get rid of that free fall. It don't mean that I have to wait for a team to reach me. I can reach out to a team too.
But then they will have to get rid of somebody.
But they already know they already got an idea who they want to get rid of. If they want to bring you on, they're gonna bring you on. Because it's just two ways of looking at it. Yeah, you can wait for the free fall when you got all 32 teams out there trying to get rid of players, and I got all 32. No, I want him. No, you can't get him. I'm getting him. Right? Or you get ahead of that free fall and be cut a little bit early.
But then Al said something that kind of make a little sense too. Now, if you're on that practice squad right now, you're still playing, you're getting a little bit of a check. That $500 a day is still, rolling, or whatever the price, whatever the cost is to be on preseason. You get cut early, money get cut, then too. Now, keep me in the pot until while the check going.
Right.
Let me make sure this. So, we're saying practice squad, but are they considered practice squad? Are they on this roster and they haven't been cut down yet? I thought the practice squad developed.
Yeah, this preseason right here. This is
preseason. So the practice squad is actually developed after the fact, right?
Yeah. So we said depending on whatever the preseason check is. If it's $200 a day, just for the preseason, whatever it is, I need to be getting. I need to be getting that check, and don't cut me yet. Put me in the big pot.
And I don't believe. I want to say they don't even get paid during the preseason. Really,
what
you get a signing bonus per se, but you don't really get a check. Let me see. Agree. Hold on. And I like how we starting out right here. The league remains a year-round source. Preseason pay. With these training camps, number of seasons. It might surprise you, but these preseason check is completely unrelated to the scale of an existing contract. Every player, without exception, is provided a per diem, starting from the first day of training camp. During the 2024 season, all veteran players earn $3,200 a week during both training camp and the preseason, while first-year players.
What'd you say? $3,200?
$3,200 a week.
That's the veterans, right?
That's the veterans.
Yeah.
The first-year players earn $1,850 a week. Okay, so they get $1,850.
18. What if you said a first year? What if you
all right, first year. Let's see. All right, the most recent collective bargaining agreement outlines the compensation for these two player types, which escalates every 2 years.
I found it. I found it.
Okay.
All right. It says the payouts fluctuate for rookie in the preseason and training camp. Rookies normally make roughly $850 per week in per diem compensation. Mm-hmm. So that's just what, food and board?
Yeah, per diem.
Ooh. So you ain't getting paid. You just getting food and. You see anything different?
That's why I said, let me go somewhere else. Don't.
So, considering there is a 6 weeks during which players can receive compensation, the preseason pay of about $19,000 for veterans may not be exceedingly impactful. Yet, for a rookie aiming to secure a spot on the 53-man roster, the sum of over $11,000 for the preseason holds more significance of a financial standpoint. When the regular season, so yeah, it doesn't say second-year players, but it goes up every 2 years. I mean, every 2 years. So
I looked up undrafted free. I mean, I looked up undrafted free agents in training camp.
Okay.
I know it's probably a lot of other stuff, or a lot of ways you probably can make money.
Yeah.
But that underlying
but it looks like they're making roughly about $18.50 per week.
No, I didn't say
undrafted free agents.
No, it just says first year players. So I mean that's undrafted either or, you know.
Oh no, I can't see that a undrafted person is going to make the same amount that a drafted person is going to make.
Well, a drafted person gets they get a check already, so they get a signing bonus already. Even if they're later on.
Even if they're later on, so
they still
get
a
signing bonus, and you may not make my team. I'm giving you a signing bonus.
If you've been drafted, yeah. If you're a drafted player, you get some kind of signing bonus.
Because you say just because you drafted in the 8th, 9th, 10th round, I mean you're gonna make the team.
Well, yeah, there's only 7 rounds, so they're gonna get.
But 7 rounds, that don't mean you're gonna make the team though. But I mean, if you get drafted in a higher round, that don't necessarily mean you're gonna make the team.
No, it doesn't necessarily mean it, but you still get some kind of signing bonus. It may be 15,000, it may be 20,000, but you get some kind of signing bonus.
So let's break down $18.50 a week, right? Or let's all right. So $18.50, divided by 8 hours a day is about $230 a day. So if that's the compensation, but like in per diem, I'm not putting cash in your hand, but just imagine a day's worth of practice, you working out, you pushing, pulling, getting hurt, $231 a day. Does that sound about right? Does that sound like a day's worth of NFL pay? We fed you, we beat you up, we worked you out, let you lay down. $230 is what you just made Monday. Get another $230 Tuesday. In a week's time, $1,800. You said in total compensation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you do that as an undrafted person, as a person trying to make a roster? Does that
I guess you would do that because you would still want that opportunity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I guess because the thing is you don't want to second guess yourself. So if I say I'm not going to take this $230 a day and I'm just going to go ahead and get me a job, then you go second guess yourself. Could I have made the team? As you sit there and watch on Sundays, you say, "Dang, I am better than that person."
I will say this here, okay? Throughout, that is the same amount of bread that I'm just throwing on average that I don't want to throw a company name out there, but a company that delivers packages a day would make at top pay. At top pay, the figures are about roughly the same. Yeah. Undrafted. In a week's time,
Yeah, it's guaranteed either. It's not guaranteed to make the team. It's not guaranteed you will get that job with the company either.
Yeah. What? Right. If you can do the job, if you can get your butt kicked out
there. You said that's top pay though.
That's that top pay.
It's gonna take me a minute before I get the top pay.
Oh yeah, you gotta get there.
So right now I'm making the equivalent of that top pay on that job by standing in the NFL for right now.
Yes. What I'm saying is, if you can't make it there,
right?
You got a little time.
And like I said, goes the second thing. I hope that a lot of these young men is coming out of school because only the best of the best make it to the NFL. So you got to have a fallback plan. I mean, you can't put all your marbles in the fact that I'm gonna make it.
Mm-hmm.
So I will hope that when they go through their education, that they take it full. Some of them do, some of them don't. Your top echelon players, they may not take advantage. I hope it's not true, but they may not take full advantage of the education. I mean, the value of getting that education, getting that degree, as your lower echelon players that they have an idea. Hey, I'm not gonna make it in the NFL, so I got to have me a backup. But even your top echelon, they need to get that value of their education because you're not gonna play in the NFL for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. You might be set for the rest of your life, but you still want to know how to handle your money. You don't want to know how to do everything. So.
Let me tell you what's crazy. So yesterday was opening day for high school football on the nationwide, on the nationwide schedule or whatever. So I watched. It was called Rayburn, Georgia High School versus the Baylor High School from Tennessee. It's called the Baylor School. They showed the campus of this Baylor school. It's actually in Chattanooga. 11,000 students at a high school. It had a campus where the kids could stay, where the kids had to pay tuition. High school now, I'm not talking about college. High school, they had to earn a scholarship for this high school because this school is always on the national circuit playing against Georgia, California, Virginia, all the top high school football factories. I was watching it at the barbershop, and I'm like, what school is this in Georgia? Rayburn. I've never heard of it, but it's a football factory. These kids are just as big as college kids right there, but they had already had, this is one thing, whenever they put that kid up, they had already showed the 3 or 4 schools that this kid had chosen or wherever he was chosen and where he was going, as a senior anyway. But
like you just said, going back to that still, though, all those players
ain't going to Yep.
I'm not gonna get that opportunity.
Ain't gonna make it.
So you can go to a football factory with the dreams of making it to the next level and then the next level. But everybody that goes to that school is not gonna do it. They're not gonna make it.
Facts.
Yeah. So you got to have a. I mean, I hope their parents are telling them, hey, you got to have a backup. Yeah. Everybody going to this school because it's a football factory has the same dream and aspirations that you do.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I would hope before you say something, the only thing I would hope this one kid, he was actually going to Georgia Tech next year. He said he was hoping to get, if worst case scenario, a degree from the Georgia Institute of Technology. And when you say that, I was like, what is Georgia Institute? Oh, Georgia Tech. Oh, mess me up.
Yeah. Because that Georgia Tech, man, that holds some weight. That holds some weight in the professional field. When you use that name. So that's huge. That's huge. And reading this thing, it does say that all players, the preseason is a set pay. Veterans get a set. Yeah.
Everybody make that.
Everybody make that. There is no fluctuation because you're Pat Mahomes or Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts, or you don't get more than Aaron Stick, you all get the same per deal. Get the same thing, and that's if you show up to camp. I wonder how it works for the people that show up to camp but don't work.
Don't you get fined for those who on the contract? Don't you like that $50,000 a day and all that?
Do you get fined? I thought you get fined if you don't show up.
If you don't show up, you don't get fined.
If I show up and don't practice, I don't get fined, right?
Right, but do you get paid? I wonder.
You get your $1,800 if you show, but if you don't show, you get fined $55,000 or something like that. Crazy.
Yes.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I would always do like Brandon. I'm showing it just ain't practicing
every day. I ain't got no bread.
Jamar Chase doing the same thing, and nobody said anything.
Is your boy getting
he getting fined, right?
Yeah.
CD getting fined?
Yeah, CD getting fined. Yeah.
How much?
So 50,000 a week. Yeah, or a day or something like that. Yeah.
Every day you miss practice.
Yeah.
It's 50,000 a day.
It's so with the fines, their team can. They can say we're not going to charge you for the fine.
If they
or absorb it in your new contract.
No, they won't even do it. Yeah, they won't even do it. Once it goes into the season, that's when they are not allowed to do it no more. So they used to be able to just give it back to you, but now they don't. They can't. So if you get fined, if you're getting fined during the season, they can't reduce it. They can't take it away. They have to charge you for it now.
So you're saying right now the Cowboys can handle preseason because it's Cowboy rules.
Yeah.
Regular season is NFL rules.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
come NFL rules, I'm showing up, but I ain't practicing.
Oh,
Hey, what up, Lamar? Welcome on, big dog. Said 49 gonna spank the Jets that Monday night. That's my dog is ready for football season. I like it. 49 is in the building. Georgia Tech got more weight Saturday. They did get more weight Saturday. They did. Before we jump into some more hot topics, let's give our wonderful sponsor, Mr. Alvin Jameson, a big shout out. And first of all, man, let's welcome my dog OG to the show, man. We didn't even say welcome on. OG, you want the smoke.
Came in hot for real.
Came in hot for real. You want the smoke. That's what I like. You ready for it, OG? My guy who loves all the smoke as well, man. My guy, Alvin Jameson. Are you in the market for a new home or looking to refinance your conventional, FHA, or VA loan? The crew and you have the perfect guy for you, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. That's right, Alvin Jameson at alvinjameson.com. You can also reach him as we do at 404-587-9033. Financing a home can be one of the biggest investments you can make. Go with the one the crew and you trust, Alvin Jameson. And when you reach out to him, let him know you heard it from the crew and you. Thank you, Mr. Alvin Jameson, for being a wonderful sponsor of our very first segment. All right, fellas, man, let's go ahead and jump into some more great talk. And we talked about smoke and wanting all the smoke, like my guy OG. Somebody who had a lot of smoke in his organization as the head coach, Brian Flores, was talking about his franchise quarterback in a way that I don't think you should be talking to your quarterback. I think there's ways to motivate. I think there's ways to bring the best out of your players. I don't know if I agree with the way that Tua said, his coach at the time, and this was some years back. Mr. Brian Flores was saying that you suck. You don't belong here. You shouldn't be on my team. This guy right here should be over you. There's no way you should be playing over this guy over here. But I'm being made to have you here and play this position right now. So this is where you are. And I think we had a conversation before on this similar topic with Tatum about coaches, how coaches can take a kid's confidence. Tua goes on to say that his confidence was torn, was beat up because of this. So y'all tell me, do y'all think Tua should even brought this up now that Brian Flores has moved on? Brian Flores is now with the Minnesota Vikings at the DC. He actually got asked about this same situation by one of the interviewers in Minnesota after it came out. Do y'all think this is something that should have been swept under the rug, or should Tua have spoken out about what it? And let me say this too: Tua just didn't come out on his own and said it. It was an interview, and they asked him the question about the difference between Mike McDaniel and Brian Flores. So my question is, OG, do you think he could have left that part out, or is it still something in the back of his mind that he's still thinking about?
I don't know. This is a pretty tough one, brothers. I guess being asked that question as a comparison, is that a way to get your point across? I mean, because what is the benefit of blasting Flores now he's not your head coach? I don't know what he gains for that, unless it just helps his self-confidence, but it seems like his self-confidence should be building because he has a new coach now. So I don't know if he's just trying to do some get back to Flores or what he's trying to do, but I just don't understand unless it's just deep down inside by him finally getting it out. It makes him feel better. But it's been 2 or 3 years since he coached it. Yeah, but it's been 2 or 3 years since he coached it. So to me, if it was a major issue, then it should have come out. Because there were some things that were said while Flores was at Miami. Mm-hmm. So it should have come out right when he left, or even while he was there. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what Tua gains by saying it now. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can make a comparison between the two coaches and say they had different coaching styles, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what he gains by coming out and saying it now that he struck down his confidence. His confidence was lower, whatever the case may be. To me, I get past that and I move on. But like I say, I don't know what he gains by doing it. Is my big thing. I don't know the major game. And then Flores has come out and said that he always wants to try to build people up and whatever the case may be. After this statement came out, that he tries to build a young man up. He's been the coach for however long, but yeah. I don't know. I think this is a sort of subject. If it was that sort of a subject, it should have come out pretty close to when it happened versus now. And like I said, maybe the question was asked, maybe open up new wounds for Tua.
Yeah.
And he did.
Couldn't hold it back. Couldn't hold
back. So that wound had closed, and all of a sudden you asked this question, now one of those stitches broke loose. So now to heal that wound back up, right. I gotta let this out. So
right.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna say this real quick. I had a buddy, I don't know. I mean, how plenty of friends that you have grew up with single parents. And I remember we were somewhere, it may have been at the mall, and ran into the guy, said, I can't stand that dude, man. My mom used to date him. He was horrible. I'm like, what? We were way in our 30s at that point. Like, what are you talking about? Can't stand that dude, man. He wasn't good no way. Talking to me like we were cool. I'm like, he's 30, 30-something years old, 30 years old. I just moved out to Atlanta. What are you talking about? Couldn't stand the dude to this day, man. He just didn't like him. But with OG, he sounded like how OG was explaining when there's an old wound, opens up. But I'll say this here. First of all, he was a rookie. Some players get coached hard, especially when you finna be the next quarterback for a, one of 32, teams to be the next it guy. Then on top of that, during that same time, he was forced to lay down on games. This coach was probably feeling one way, I got to coach this guy hard, but then at the same time, lay down and lose games because my owner just pressed me to lose games so that we can get another big pick in the draft. It's like it's one or two things, but at the same time, if you are an NFL player from high school, pee-wee to, you've been coached hard. Even if a person says, I don't want you on this team, you play harder, prove them wrong. That's all. It's just hard coaching. And like the OG said, you say something to me 3 years later that I open up a wound and you get to crying. I couldn't stand OG. He always made me, clean my room. And I was raised by a stepchild. I mean, step person who took the job. At first, you don't like him. At first, you're going to push back. Eventually, you realize this dude doing the best he can for me because nobody else trying to do the job. Now, at the same time, he lost some points with me, and I know, James probably ain't gonna like this, but you lost some points with me if you bring it out 3 years later. Mm-hmm. You bitching about it. You tripping later 3 years later, and I get somebody ask you the question, but obviously, like I said, it was still close. It was right here. You were ready. You had the answer. So I like Flores. You know what I mean? I want him to succeed. I want him to be able to get to that next level. Nobody else has said anything bad about him. Like I said, Tomlin ended up giving him another chance, and it's gone sky high since then. Mm-hmm. Nobody else has said anything. Pittsburgh ain't said nothing. And they've had some rookie players under there, but I just like I said, I just don't know where it came from. I don't even know who asked the question for him to open the floodgates and to say he was a terrible person. What is that? He was terrible. I did not like him. He treated me bad. What you want to treat you like?
Yeah, it was a podcast that he was on, I believe. Yeah, and that's a new era we're in, man. We have our podcast, and people jump on a podcast in a heartbeat and spill the beans
and let it go.
Let it go, man. Everybody seems to let it go, feel more comfortable letting it go on a podcast, similar to what Matthew Stafford's wife, said on her on a podcast. They just feel like they can just say anything on podcasts nowadays. So
they ain't gonna hear this.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe they are.
So my dad said maybe that's why he's no longer there, and why not? That's no way to speak to a professional player. And then Snack says, funny Tua didn't have anything to say until Tyreek came to town.
Did y'all see what Flores said?
So I just he said that what the part that I saw was, I always want to build people up. I've learned a lot since that time, and I never want to be spoken of that way in that fashion. So I was young back then. I've learned, and I think I've gotten better. And I think that he said, and I wish Tua nothing but the best, in his career. Did he say anything else, OG?
Oh, no, I'm just looking at it. He said, I'll read this real quick. He said,
okay,
look, I'm human. Flores said specifically when asked about Tua, terrible person. He said, so they hit me in a way that wasn't positive for me. But at the same time, I've gotten used to that and say, hey, how can I grow from that? How can I be better? And that's really where I'm at from this standpoint. Do I feel like that's me? No. But how can I grow from that situation and create a world where that's not the case that anyone says that about Brian Flores?
You a terrible person.
Yeah, and you don't want your name when somebody says, man, how about the guy Brian Flores? You don't want to say that man was trash. He was a horrible person. Like that's not what you want to be left behind. You don't want that to be your legacy. So I do understand that. I also heard some players come out and kind of defense to Brian Flores and Ryan Clark and say, that's kind of soft that you can't coach a player anymore. Because I guess in their era that they came up in, this is how they got coached. Like Corey brought up, like being coached hard. That's all that is. I think there's a fine line between coaching hard and demeaning people, a player, or killing the kid's confidence. I think, of course, I do believe. Excuse me. Nowadays, it's a lot easier to kill a athlete's confidence nowadays, more so than before. But I think now it has to be some kind of adjustment because the kids are coming up different. They didn't come up like we did back in the 70s, 80s. These 90s kids, 2000 kids are they're brought up a little different. They brought up in social media world, man. So it's a little tougher.
But I will say this here though, G, because I disagree with you on that for the simple fact. And I'm not defending Flores. Yes, I am in a bit because I'm gonna tell you this coaching tree. He stemmed from the Belichick Parcells coaching tree. Okay. Y'all know what Parcells is. Belichick. You know what I mean? Flores came up under Belichick for 7 seasons. You know what I mean? He coached under the GOAT. So there was an expectation as a coach. If I'm a quarterback coach during that time, there's a certain level of quarterback play I want to be able to see. Coming under Tom Brady, what else do you expect from this dude when he first got that job? Now, I'm not saying that you can't coach a person hard. I agree with you that it is a different day of time, but it's pathetic that you can't coach up a person to put some dog in him. I can't coddle you. This is the NFL. This is the highest level on this team that you can get, which is the quarterback. And I gotta be. I remember I watched. I forget who it was. They were arguing with Tom Brady when he was there. He was like, "No S." He said, "Make the throw." Don't sit there and lay on and say, what you think I'm trying to do? Sometimes you got to do that even with the best quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Now, for him to say, you're a terrible person, I hate you, you meanie. Come on, man. Get out of here with all that, bro. Get out of here. You rookie. I'm a meanie. Man, you're a terrible person. I'd rather you curse. Say some curse words. I know you say you don't curse, but when you use the word like terrible person, you're a meanie. Mean to me. You mean to me. Shut up.
Has nobody else on that squad came out and said this about Flores, hasn't it?
Who?
Has anybody else on the squad come out and said this about Flores?
I don't know, but I ain't seen that. Nobody else has come forward and said, yeah, he is a mean dude. He was terrible to me too. Hey, man.
Yeah. And I understand, you coming from a hard-nosed coach in Bill Parcells, the tree of Bill Parcells, the tree of Bill Belichick. I understand that. Even listening to those coaches, I think the way we had Parcells for 2 years,
mm-hmm.
and listening to him talk to his players, it's a stab at them, but you can tell it's a motivating stab.
What you mean? Stab at the player?
At the players, yeah. So he was on Romo hard. He told Romo one time, you're like a golf ball. And he was like, a golf ball? He's like, yeah, lost in the grass.
Damn.
So
I've been looking for many golf balls in the grass. Damn.
Yeah, so he said things like that, not.
Hold on. Remember when I asked him, Greg, he like, hey, just leave, Corey. No, he didn't try to let me find my ball. Just leave, Corey. We're gonna play past yours. Right. Oh
man. Pee-wee said you can't put the dog in nobody.
Galen didn't let me find my ball, y'all.
That ball was gone.
Oh man, ball in the
grass. Maybe Tua wasn't playing up to the coach's expectations, and he had to be hard on him. Who knows? And I think there's a way to be hard. I think Parcells was hard, but it wasn't. I don't want to say demeaning, but no, it wasn't demeaning. It wasn't demeaning like it was, like he was doing to Tua. I think there's a difference. And I think a lot of the coaches, they want to take on the persona of their head coach or the coach their mentor.
You think Tua was abused?
I think there's a little abuse in that.
Do you?
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of that. I think some of that is uncalled for. I think a lot of that was uncalled
on that level, G.
Yes, on that level, definitely. I still think there's ways you talk to people, and as the head coach, you can't just come in there and just flail away at everybody. Like you have to learn your players, and he didn't. From what it seemed like, he didn't try to learn his players. He just, hey, this is how I am. You got to deal with it, and that will never work if you don't try to understand who your players are. So I definitely don't think that's the proper way of going about it. I think he should have handled it in a different way. That's how I think of it.
Wow.
Yeah, and maybe I want everybody to be a player's coach. Maybe that's what it is. I think you get the best out of people when
being nice to them.
Not being nice to them. You can coach them hard, but you just got to know what people you can talk to in certain ways. You can't talk to everybody the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, we had this discussion before.
Yeah.
OG, do you feel like he was abused?
I don't think he was abused. I'm not agree. You can't talk to. You gotta consider somebody's feelings about when you coaching. Bump that. Yeah, we here trying to win. I'm not considering what's gonna make you go and pout in the corner when I come at you. I'm coaching.
So G believes that in this process, you can kill my confidence because I'm down on you all the time, or I'm on you all the time, or I'm telling you you don't deserve to be here, as opposed to it being like reverse psychology to bring the best out of
you. Yeah, that was you think that was reverse psychology.
And just like that, saying that G is good all around. We were talking trash that night.
That's Mr. Right saying that.
Yeah. And just like saying that G is good out. Okay, but no, we saying that because we ain't seen him, because he's self-proclaiming that he was. Like I said, God told me he was, but if I'm watching him, okay, my dad used to do the same thing when I was bowling. He can't hit the side of a barn, hit the pin, hit the pins. And I go, I am, you get mad. I am. Or like playing baseball, hit the ball, look at the ball. Yeah. I am, be mad at it, But then I want to do better because I don't want him to talk bad about me. I want him to be my best fan, Yeah. But at the same time, I think I said this some years ago. Same way he used to be hard on me playing ball. It was one day he came in there and said, hey, man, it's time in a young man's life where ability and reality meet. It might as well have been the same thing with Coach Flores. Man, you trash, But then you make a touchdown, they tap you on the shoulder, they tap you on the helmet. Hey, it's starting to work out.
Yeah. I mean, like Pee Wee says, man, you can break them down, but you got to build them back up. If you're not building them back up, that's a problem. If he throws a touchdown and he walks by you and you say, man, that was lucky.
Now that's terrible. Yeah, now that's terrible.
Hey, the man said he was a bad man. He was not nice. Now you want me to believe that he said something nice to him?
I'm just saying he's not going to spot by and talking about that was luck.
Yeah, you still
look.
Yeah, you could have thrown a second early.
Great job, Tyreek. Great job.
I know, right?
I don't know where that pass is supposed to be going, but great job bailing them out.
Yeah, he did bail you out. You lucky in the throat.
Right.
That's when you don't like a person, right?
Yeah. But they said he didn't like him. That was the whole thing, that he didn't like Tua. Remember that was they said that's why he got. Well, we found out everything, but they said that's why he left. Because
that ain't why he left. No, don't do that.
That ain't why he left. He wasn't doing what they said. They wanted him to,
tank games. That's why he left.
Yeah, tank games. All right. Let's stay right here. I like where we are right now. Let's stay here and just talk about these players who are mainstays on their squad, man. How do you all feel about these players? And we talked about them holding out before. How do you feel about these players holding out when they're under contract? I was talking to some guys earlier today, and they kind of had some feelings about these players who are under contract holding out. OG, how do you feel about it, man? A player holding out while they're under contract.
I don't know. I think that if they have proven themselves in the previous years, and I'm 1 year away from a contract, then I think it's okay for them to hold out. Reason being is, if I go and get hurt with this 1 year remaining, that could hurt my pockets. So if I guess it's the difference. So if I prove myself and I play to the point where I deserve an extension, then I think it's okay to hold out. But now, if you haven't, on the flip side, if you haven't proven yourself, then you need to be taking advantage of this next year,
right?
So you can get that bag,
right?
So I think there's two ways to it, as far as the holdout thing, because like I say, that you can come back and play on that 1 year left remaining, and I won't wish this on anybody, but you could either have a injury could put you out for the year.
And they're gonna slash your pay because you was injured.
Exactly.
Great point. Yeah. Great point. Oh, Corey.
I don't know how to answer that. Ask me that a different way.
Ask you that a different way.
Yeah, a different way.
Do you feel like players should play their contract out completely, or do you feel like the team should, because if they don't produce in that contract time, they can cut them, as you've seen Russell Wilson.
I'm saying I don't know how to answer that because there's a team logic and then there's a player logic. That's why I guess that's what I actually asked me a different way, because I see it two ways. You know, you got to look out for yourself, like the OG said. But then if I'm a player, you play with me on the side. I don't know if I'm gonna feel mad because you're not here because we need the jail. But I know this is a business first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Teams have their business that they want to take care of. NFL has theirs, and you have yours and your family to take care of. So that's why I'm saying it's hard for me to answer that question, because I can be a player on the team and go, man, what the hell taking G so long to sign? You know, need you here. Mm-hmm. But then I could be your buddy on the side and you're like, hey man, they still ain't paid me yet and I don't want to get hurt. Mm-hmm. You know? So that's why I say I don't know how it works on either team, but whenever a player decides to sit or not play or say, look, I'm gonna go ahead and play. And I think this happened 4 years ago with your guy Dak Prescott. I remember he said, listen, once the regular season starts, I don't want to talk about contract. Mm-hmm. You know, I won't get it done now, or you know, once the regular season starts, don't talk to me about it. You know, I at that point, you know what I'm finna do. You know, mm-hmm. I'm interviewing for another team. If that's the case, that's what I'm playing for. If you don't want to negotiate before the season starts, but it hurts on both sides. It hurts like I said, it hurts for the NFL because they ain't got nothing to cover except negative things, and then, or shall I say, the media. Your teammates, you're letting them down at the point of OTAs and regular stuff, and then on your end, I guess you need to be there to gel with either, like in my case, let's say a new quarterback. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to answer that question because it can be seen 2 or 3 different ways for me.
Okay, I'm on the side with what Snack and OG said. When the team needs to renegotiate, what Snack says, a player to save cap room, that's cool. But when that player outperforms that contract, the player has to wait. And that's what I don't. I'm always going to be on the side of the player. The players, because their organization, they can go in there and renegotiate their contract. They can go in there and say, hey, we're going to give you a signing bonus this year so we can save some more money for ourselves. And you can't do anything about it. Like, so they can do whatever they want when they decide they want to do it. So I think this is the only recourse that a player has in a business. This is a business. And I think all the players or your teammates, they understand that too, because eventually either they've done it before or their time is coming where they're going to be in it too.
You're saying players understand whenever you do that, they're like, hey man, G holding out. I get it.
I get it, man. Get your money. And just to go to the Cowboys. And so they've been asking Zeke and Michael Parsons and Dak Prescott about CeeDee Lamb. How do y'all feel? Have y'all spoken to him? Have y'all reached out to him? They was like, we talk to him on a daily. We tell him we got his back. You're gonna get your money. Do it until you get it. That's what it is. Like, you have to fight for your family and what you see is best for you. Go ahead, Corey.
Since we're on that, just briefly, your guy was offered $33 a year, and he said no. Is that being selfish on your guy's part, or I need 35? I need to hold out for these $2 additional $1 million?
It's not. Is more to it. Is not the 33 per se. It was 33.5, and I think he does want to be 34. Yes, I think he wants to be 34. But for him, from what I was hearing and reading,
$500,000.
From what I was hearing is they're putting it on the back end, and he wants it more towards the front end. So that and the years. So the Cowboys are trying to make it so because they know they got to pay Michael Parsons next year. So they're trying to put it later on after they pay Micah, and then so they don't hit him at the same time. So that's where they're close, but they're not right there.
But you hear what you're telling me? You telling me 33 versus 33.5.
33 is 33.5. They offered him. He won 34. So they're close in that amount. But also, not only that, they're off 500,000, which is a lot of money. Let's not get that twisted.
For me,
for everybody, that can be that 500,000 can be for his agent. You know what I mean? So you remember all these people. There's I think I have it. Cam Newton talks about the breakdown of the money that you make in the NFL. And
okay. So you just saying he's not getting all that 33.
Right. There you go. So yeah, he wants to make sure that he doesn't have to wait for that money to come. He wants it up front. So
wait a minute. I'm sorry. Larry coming on with all this heat now. He must not have been on the show when we were getting on your butt last Sunday, was it?
He went.
Okay. He's spending deep for real.
Hey, appreciate that, Pop. Appreciate that, baby.
Now, wait a minute. Whoa.
Look, what?
Wait a minute. So he coming back with this. And then he made his other statement earlier. So are we trying to do a correction? I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing, Mr. Wright? Come on.
Well, I mean, he heard about how y'all dogged me out on the show.
No. Let's get this correct. We didn't dog you out, mister. That dogging out came from a different source.
Yes, sir.
We were just here laughing and carrying on with you. We didn't.
Y'all jumped right on the bandwagon.
I'm gonna give you some examples. Corey asked you some questions about your frisbee throwing. Did you throw it underhand or have you threw your frisbee? He asked you all those kind of questions. But all this came from Mrs. Galen, right? As in Crystal, and saying I'd never seen him throw a frisbee. I'd never seen him throw a racquetball. He can't swim. Look at this picture, y'all.
Every time he says a sport, she was like, I ain't never heard him say nothing about that. Like he said, racquetball, never heard tennis. Never. She said, he never had a tennis racket. Look.
And y'all took her word.
She married you.
Mine.
Hey, she married you. Hey, put it this way. She had a convincing argument.
Look, when you had that lifesaver under your arms and you were barely moving.
And it was a still picture, man. You can't move the still picture.
And then when Kristen was, when she said she jumped in, she about drowned. And you ain't know what happened.
All that was out the window then.
Yeah.
Did y'all heard her story? She didn't even go under.
But she didn't even memorize. She said, I don't remember an overweight lady, that you saved. And look, then the way you described it, I grabbed her, I pulled her in, and then I started swimming to the left. No, you wasn't even moving well with that life preserver on.
I was rolling in that thing. Well, look.
And here comes Larry. Here comes Larry to the rescue. My son's best athlete.
Yeah.
You was taking the standing 8 count because Mr. Wright was dropping the sled.
Larry, you missed it, big homie. You missed it. He said, I swim like a rock. His mother was a dancer too.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's keep it rolling, fella.
He don't want to stay right there, Corey. He don't want to stay right there.
Let's keep it moving.
All right. Cut down. All right, cut down is Tuesday. Cut down to Tuesday. Our guy Justin Hall, who we had on the show last year sometime, had a great showing this past weekend in Minnesota. He got an opportunity, like you all. Actually, going back to our first segment where you said, get cut early. So he got let go early. Well, not last year. Yeah. He was already out there. I'm sorry. He was with the USF. Yeah, USFL.
Raiders.
Yeah. They played like the USFL this past season. So
did he? So he's
been playing. Yeah, he's been playing. Yeah. So Yeah, so he got an opportunity now with the Minnesota Vikings. Number 49 got him a touchdown in his first game with the Vikings. So just I hope he gets a chance or opportunity to make that roster, even if it is on the practice squad, man. I hope he gets the opportunity.
You still got his number. Send him a text.
Yeah, I actually sent him a text, man, already. Just wish him good luck, man, and praying for him. So
he's wrong for that.
Hope Lord don't get judged.
He's wrong for that.
All right. So for your prospective squads, fellas, man, let me know what players out there that you are hoping you get to keep. Like, please don't cut this guy. I know we're deep at this position, but oh man, I hope he makes it through. And we'll start with you first, OG.
I really don't have anything like that.
Okay.
Only thing I do have is I'm very, very disappointed, and I hope something really comes out of what they recently did with Jahan Dotson. Not only do you trade him, but then you trade him within the
division. Yeah.
So now, last year we had Curtis Samuel, who left, went to Buffalo. Now Jahan Dotson is gone, so we lost our second and third leading receivers. So I just hope, it's all kind of rumors flying out there. I hope the rumors come out to be true.
About Brandon Ayuk?
Yeah, but if we don't, I'm kind of concerned about what we can do about receivers now. Yeah, so that I guess, like I said, I don't really have a player that I'm saying I hope they keep, but that was very, very disappointing what they did. Like I said, they let him go. And then I may come back and eat this crow if they come back and make a major move. But then, like I said, you let him go in the division.
Yeah.
There's somebody who already stacked that receiver.
So let me ask you about this Jahan Dotson. I've seen him a couple times, of course, because of the Cowboys. What kind of player is he? Is he a breakout player? Is he somebody that can really help that Philadelphia squad? Because for you all to let him go for a 7th round pick, I believe it was, and in the division, that kind of says like, man, I don't think this guy has it.
I think he does have it. I think he go, and he was playing the slot, so I think he could be a perfect slot receiver for them.
Okay.
I mean, he got, because they got Smith and AJ Brown out there. So him being that third receiver, that wide receiver 3 in the slot, he's gonna be perfect in that position. I mean, and he was coming along. We drafted him in the first round 2 years ago. And he was coming along, like I said, he was a second leading receiver behind Terry McLaurin this past season. So he was progressing. Every year he was getting better. And then you could go and trade him within the division. Makes no sense to me, but I just hope they come back and do something right. I hope they make him room to go after Ayuk. So some of the rumors out there, but you can't always go with these rumors because there's been always so many rumors about Ayuk. You never know.
You never know. He's been everywhere so far. Yeah. Corey,
we made a call just to say that we did, but whatever. I got 2 guys, 2 Falcon players that, so like I said, I never wish for players to get cut. I know I said that last time, but I'm gonna go more positive route. So the first guy is number 51, D'Angelo Malone. His father actually works with us.
Okay.
On the yard, and he made the squad 2 years ago, and I just hope that he don't get cut, but he's a special teams guy, number 51, and his dad is
linebacker.
He's a lineman, like defensive guy.
Okay. Defensive lineman, not a linebacker.
Yeah, defense. I say more linebacker because they put him. I don't know where he is just yet because he's been playing special teams. Sometimes he come in on defense. But he's not a lineman per se, but like free safety. They got him all kind of different places. So I don't know what he's earned just yet.
I just said it because of number 51. That's like a linebacker number. That's
yeah. And that's prototypically where he's been. But I've seen him more on special teams than anything else. Punt return, all that type of stuff. One of the guys is just running down and bashing all linebacker. Okay, well there you go. So yeah, I want him to be able to make the team solid. I've been rooting for him. His dad is Duke. I don't know if you know Duke on the yard. He whenever we bringing in, equipment and all stuff, but he works with us too. And I'm hoping that his son makes he's on the squad, but I want him to be able to be a starter. The second person is number 53, Nate Landman. So last year he gave my daughter and my wife a signed football and cup, and I ain't gonna lie, my wife was rooting for him all last year. So I'll continue
talking about that. I remember you talking about that last year.
Yeah, I'll continue to root for Nate Landman, number 53, also a linebacker. Had a breakout season last year, still here. So I just want him to be able to start too. So pretty good fella.
Okay.
And as far as a trade, he what? He don't love you. I'm gonna love you. Did you say that? But yeah, threw me all up.
Mess him up.
You talking about a trade?
You said what? We love Nate. Oh yeah, we love Nate. Okay, good. That sounds a little better. And I love him. But
trade. You talking about trade?
Yeah, he needs to be traded in if that was the case. But okay,
you gotta go.
Yeah, dang. Okay. But so the trade person would be honestly. And this is what I heard on the chat line. Heineke, we could probably get a good person from Minnesota because we got a good third. We already got a fourth quarterback anyway, and Minnesota now needs another quarterback. They could probably use Heineke, and we could probably get a good player for him in a trade possibly. But those would be my three if we,
Okay, I like it. For me, I'm hoping that Deuce makes the cut. I like
running back.
A running back. Yeah, I think Deuce has had a pretty decent preseason. We have a deep running back room right now with a lot of.
Where would you put him at? Number 2, 3?
I would put him at 3. Okay. But
who's one?
Zeke be one. Zeke
is one.
Yeah, Zeke be one. I told y'all Zeke's about to have a standout year, man. With this, yeah, Zeke with this.
Who's two?
Rico Dowdle. That'd be your Thunder and Lightning, and then Deuce Vaughn would be your third back.
He gave us a lot of Rico last year.
He gave us a lot of Rico this year.
Rico's gonna have a good year too. Oh yeah.
Why is he not the man? Now you saying
well, Zeke's back, so Zeke's gonna be the man.
But okay, so you told us Zeke was gonna do 400, maybe 500 yards, right? You didn't say 1,000. You said
I said he get 1,000 this year.
No, you.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Did you say that, G?
Wait, that's what we said.
But you didn't say not about Zeke.
Not Zeke, yeah.
No, you said that about Rico.
No, we said Zeke.
You said Zeke gonna get 1,000 yards?
Yeah. Yeah, Zeke getting 1,000 this year.
And Rico gonna do what?
Rico is probably gonna get you about 600 to 700 yards.
You're not writing this down, right? I'm putting this in my notes.
and so okay, and then dudes, so your backfield. What you telling me your backfield gonna produce about 2,000 yards?
Close to it, yeah. Oh yeah.
That's deep, boy, man. Okay.
So,
continue.
Deuce.
I apologize for putting you on the spot like that. I know you let us talk.
No, you good. I like the questions, man. We got a guy named Fant as a tight end. I really hope that he makes it through, man. I like him. Fant, yes. Not Noah Fant. Let me see. I just had it up.
Tight end, Fant.
Tight end, yeah.
F-A-N-T.
F-A-N-T. Yeah. What's my guy's?
Where you from? Princeton Fant.
Princeton Fant. There you go. Princeton Fant. Yes.
Okay. All right. Where you from?
I like Princeton. I'm not sure where Princeton is from, but the guy is Tennessee.
Oh, he's from Tennessee.
Tennessee. Like him, man. Like him. Catches everything. Strong with the ball. Physical. He plays a little. They got him playing some fullback at times too. I like
big boy.
big boy. Yeah, big boy. Yeah, big boy, man. So I like him. Brooks and Flournoy. Them they are wide receivers 5 and 6 for me on my squad, but the Cowboys they're gonna lose some receivers that can play on somebody else's squad. We're deep at receiver.
Is Princeton fan kin to Noah fan? I'm from the
I'm not
Broncos?
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Not sure about that.
Okay.
So I would love for them to definitely be on the squad. I hope they don't get looked over. And Harvey, the linebacker.
What? What's wrong?
Zeke, the Stack says Zeke been watched up for the last 3 seasons.
I'm just putting I got to put down the time and everything, so I can go back and find it.
Man, time stamping yours like you came to work. Man, time stamping.
I know this is gonna come back up.
Yeah. So, and we got Harvey, the guy who led the USFL in tackles this past season. We picked him up in the offseason, man, and brought him in. And I'm hoping he makes the squad as well at linebacker. So those are my guys. I got a couple other guys on there that I hope they make.
You just named 5, right?
Yeah,
there.
I got another guy named Hall, Demon Hall, cornerback. I thought he had a really good preseason, so I'm hoping we can sneak him on the practice squad, so we can bring him up. So, and that's about it, man. Spanford, Stevens Jr., another tight end. So yeah, I got some players, man, that I really hope.
You revamping a team. Him to make it, you to make it. Look, you gotta let somebody go.
Hey, you know why?
Well, because we didn't
in the
off season, right? So we're using we draft well. So these players that we are bringing on, man. These are draft players. So I want to see these players make it, man. Okay. So have y'all paid attention to y'all draftees that y'all drafted this year?
Oh, row. A lot of them they've been held out.
Really?
Yeah, for us anyway. They've been holding these kids out for some strange reason. I don't know if this is a technique for Raheem and our GM, but I hadn't seen much of them. Or what they'll do is they'll have them in for 3-4 plays, and then that's it. I guess they already have the confidence that they're going to make the squad. Sort of like Penix, they only played Penix. I think
one game.
That's it. 6 throws, and then we sitting them. So they did a lot for it. The same way with these defensive and offensive guys. I think where he's focusing on, we're focusing on cornerback. We drafted. We did well in the offseason again with a lot of these players that we picked up. But honestly, these are who's been playing. Like this last game, they were all 3rd and 4th stringers. All 3rd and 4th stringers trying. That's why we didn't score it all. I saw some, some goodness there, but they were all 3rd and 4th stringers. 1st string, 2nd string did not play at all.
Okay.
So I maybe this is his, they say they already know what they're looking at, but honestly, bro, he's looking to fill those positions, sort of like how you just said. You know how you had a litany of guys that you want to see make it. They're doing the same thing with this 3rd and 4th string, seeing who can make the squad, filling up those gaps all the way up to 53.
Y'all sleeping on Zeke, I see, but it's okay. Yeah,
we had 2 shows on this. G, where you changing it up?
No, I'm gonna let y'all know. What
you said Zeke will come back, and Rico Dowdle gonna be the man. Zeke will go spell him. He's gonna be that 3rd down short yardage back, and that back to get to the touchdowns in the red zone. Those are your exact words, but that's okay. I got it documented right here that you said that Zeke will get 1,000 yards on episode 27 at 9:03 p.m.
Yeah, I actually said it before too. I thought you had wrote it down before, but
he said no stack though on the yardage.
yeah, because at first I had him at 700, and I was like, you know what? No, he's gonna get 1,000.
We didn't hear that. You said that to yourself.
I was like, no, we said it. We said it on the show. I had to go back and find that. What show it was.
Because we were trying to be fair here. Because he did 400 yards. He been averaging about 400.
He did 600. He did 600 last year.
All purpose.
No, rushing.
He didn't do no 600 yards with the Patriots.
Listen, on episode 85, G gave Rico Dow major props that he will be the every down back.
That was last year. That was before Zeke came.
You changed it because your old girl came back?
No. I'm just so if you look at it, Zeke had 604, I want to say like 49 yards with the Patriots last year.
Because they were sorry.
Thank you. They were sorry last year. And they didn't have no offensive line. They had no quarterback over there. And that man had 600 yards with them. This man
642.
This man is gonna get 1,000 with the Cowboys.
Before that, his last year with the Cowboys was 872.
Right, and he didn't get much burn because they were trying to. Everybody was talking about your boy. They were talking about get the ball, and he played with a torn meniscus in that year too.
The price of that car is still too high. I'm still not buying.
You said the price of that car still too high.
Yeah, he's trying to sell us something, man.
Snack says Zeke not getting 1,000 yards even if they spotted him 500. But y'all sleeping on him, dog.
You're giving him too much, bro.
Y'all sleeping, dog. This man had 642 yards on a bad squad he had last year. On a bad squad. On a bad squad. And with less carries. Like he didn't get that many carries.
What year did y'all draft Zeke?
In 2016.
All right. From 16 to now, how many years did Zeke run for 1,000 or more yards? How many seasons do you think from 16 to 23?
He did it his first 3 for sure.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't on his first 3.
Oh, what did he do? Oh, he got suspended that second year, third year. So he did the first 2, got suspended that third year, right?
No. Still wrong. He ran for 1,600 first year, 983 his second, which
was
is
that the year he got suspended?
Suspended season. Okay. All right. 1,400 the third, 1,300 the fifth, 979, 1,002 yards. And then like it's been all downhill ever since then.
So 4 out of the 6, and one of them he was suspended for 6 games.
Where you got drafted?
16.
So that's 8 years, right? This is 8 seasons.
You said with the Cowboys. Right?
Yeah, with the Cowboys.
He played every season except for one with the Cowboys, right?
Right. Well, last year
this is 8th season right here. So last year was the 7th year he didn't play with us. So there's only 6 years with the Cowboys.
5, 6, 7. Yeah. This is his 9th season.
8th.
No, he plays 8. Okay. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This 8th season.
This is Dak's 8th year, right? This is Dak's 8th year.
Oh, listen. I know
him and Dak came in the same year.
No, what I'm saying is he been a running back for 8 seasons. This is his 9th season. He's going into his 9th season as a running back.
So he came in 16, so he played in 16.
So it's the end of 16. You don't count 16. You count it goes to 17. So you don't get a full year to 17, right?
I don't know what you kind of count.
No, if you get drafted in April,
your 4 years in 17. So you finish in 17, right? So you go 17. That's 1 year.
No,
it's 16 is 1 year. You count 17, right, for 1 year.
No, he got drafted in April of 2016 and played in September. He played in 2016.
I guess what he's saying, Corey, is that 17 would be the full year, but to me, the season goes 16, 17.
Right. That's what I'm
and then 17, 18.
All right, so if that's the case, it's still you start. So you started at 16. So this still is only his 8th year right now. Then, if you're starting at 16, so this is 24. That's only 8 years. It's still the same thing.
What I'm saying is he done toted the rock for eight football seasons. Now, if you're going with years, you can do that all you want to. He's toted the rock for 8 football seasons. This is going to be the 9th year. And you're telling me that you can still have enough tread on the tire.
How you keep saying this is going to be the 9th year if the year's already started? Why you keep saying it's going to be the 9th year?
Because we had, they don't even have 24 on this stat on NFL.com. What I'm saying to you is 16 in 2016, he ran for 1,600 yards, 17, 983, 18, 14, 32, 19, 13, 57. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing years like that.
Okay.
But I'm saying he's toted the rock for 8 seasons so far, right? This is the 9th season that he's going to get an opportunity to be a running back. Am I speaking Spanish here?
I guess this way.
Okay, regardless. If you say that, what I'm saying is that's a lot of time to put more. They say that he still got tread on the tire to get 1,000 yards when he's only done it 4 times in his career.
So, no, I mean that 4 out of the 6 times. I mean, with the Cowboys. With the Cowboys.
4 out of 7 years. So you just gonna count what he been with the Cowboys.
That's what we count, right? I thought you said with Cowboys.
I'm talking about his career.
Okay, I mean, that was it. I mean, that's what y'all want to do. That's fine.
That's not what we want to do. That's what it is. What are you counting, big homie? Okay, so you saying that his running back years with the Patriots don't count. He was just out there. He was playing football with them last year.
No, he played. Right. But he played on a bad squad. That's what I'm saying. A team that had no quarterback, they had no offensive line.
Okay.
And he still was able to total up 642 yards.
What does that have to do with age, father time, and toting this thing here?
So Derrick Henry, he's not gonna get 1,000 yards either, then, huh?
You talk, see.
You talking about age? You talking about age now?
Are they the same age?
He's older. He's older. Henry's older.
Huh? But at this time in his career, I think Derrick Henry's better running back than Zeke is.
Yes. You even wanted him. You wanted him before you got Zeke.
Yeah, you won. You was upset because y'all didn't go after him. Now you mad because y'all didn't get it.
You wanted him.
Because I'm not saying it because the man is a certain age he can't play. Y'all saying it because he's a certain age. I don't believe in that.
I put it out there then. The King will get more running yards than Zeke will.
The King. Okay, that's like the King been in the league same amount of years, right?
Yeah.
How many times you think the King went over 1,000 yards?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He counting 5. You said 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And 1 year he got 2 stacks.
One thing when you got 2 stacks, yeah.
Yeah. Your guy didn't do that. He got 1,600. That's the best he did, right?
So you brought up the 1,000, right?
But I use 1,000.
You used 1,000.
That's your guy's measuring stick.
That's the barometer.
That's your guy. Your guy can't get that.
So I'm gonna do like you did. So the whole time he with Tennessee, he went with the best team. He didn't always have the best quarterback.
No, but he had a great offensive line.
But he always had the best quarterback.
He had a great offensive line.
He got a great stiff arm and a big helmet too. You ain't finna just tackle that dude any kind of way.
That man had one of the best offensive lines in the league.
But still, when he got a head of steam, you're not afraid. You're not afraid of Zeke with a head of steam.
Is Tennessee's offensive line the same as New England's offensive line?
That's some big boys on the line. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
The same as Dallas offensive line?
Who? New England's?
Now, I say, is Tennessee offensive line the same as Dallas offensive line?
They were considered the best. They were considered one of the best offensive lines in the league last couple of for the years.
Who?
Tennessee was.
I'm talking about Dallas now.
They were better than the Cowboys was. Yeah, we struggled running the ball.
Yo, man, golly.
Can we please move on?
I mean, y'all gave that enough time to release the ball and do it. Y'all
we struggle running the ball. We've been a struggling running team.
Y'all had two dynamic running backs.
Okay. So y'all been a struggling running team overall. But this year, you foresee Zeke getting 1,000 yards, but y'all been the struggling team overall running the ball.
We've improved our offensive line. And I told y'all that
y'all lost some people, didn't you?
We brought in Cooper Beebe, which I told y'all in the draft that Cooper Beebe was going to be a monster at center, the road grader. Y'all was like, that man ain't never played center. How he gonna come in there and play well?
I never said that. I don't know who Cooper BD is. What'd you say?
We're in the preseason now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we ain't start the season yet, have we?
Oh no. You about to see though. You about to see who this guy is. The thing
what I'm
telling y'all about.
But what I'm saying is the way they both look. If you're comparing him to the King, the way they both look, like I said, the King, teams been putting him on his back since just last year, and they're gonna do the same thing at the Ravens. They're not asking them to do the same thing he did at Tennessee, but you're asking me. They came at the same time. That if you were sitting there and looking at both running backs, who still looks better? The King.
Okay, I mean that's debatable.
And like you said, you wanted them first before you got the sloppy seconds and going back to your ex.
That's debatable.
It's not debatable. You did do that. Are you serious right now? You don't remember you wanted him? You vetted him.
I did want them to make a pass at him. I did.
Oh my God, you using that word so lightly.
I did. Look how many carries your boy Henry got last year compared to what Zeke got last year.
You're not gonna get a ball to Zeke. That's why.
You're still trying to sell the used car. Ain't nobody buying, G.
Oh,
nobody's buying, G.
Hey, we had this conversation on the show. Do you want Zeke over Henry? We had this conversation and we did a reel on it.
Yeah, we did.
What'd you say?
I said yes.
Yes,
Henry.
I want Zeke over Henry.
No, you did.
Go to TikTok. You'll see it on TikTok.
Oh God, man! Before you got him, then before y'all brought him back,
of course you're gonna say that when you get him.
Yeah,
you can't get Henry.
Paid $100 for the dude. Now tune up a bad engine, gave it an oil change, and now you got a new car. Man,
ain't nobody buying that car.
The lemon law in effect.
All right, man. Any more topics y'all want to jump into, man?
Hey, my friend just sent me a text said, "Please send you a drug test for the show right now." Oh, he said, "Now look, this is Mike Frank sending me this. He said Zeke looked older in practice, and in training camp.
He looked older.
He said, look at
he looked not. No, what is he looking at? Don't believe that, man. What's he looking at?
He just what? If he watching the training camp, he just said Zeke looks older than Corey. He said he look older than me in training camp. That's what he basically saying. He look older than me. Hey, boy, he said Zeke full of stop leaks. God, boy. You ever had a bad tire? You got to keep.
Oh boy, y'all are funny. All right, man. Y'all.
Hey, hold on. He said G counting the yards when he was jogging onto the field.
Man. Yeah, I tell you, nobody buying that car, man.
I see, man. I see. Look, that's all right. Y'all had to. They had to see him on the field. It's coming up. It's coming up in 1 week. It's coming up in 2 weeks, man. Not 1 week, 2 weeks.
Well, look, man, we'll do this here if y'all don't mind. So, on our chat line, I put it out there. Where you going? Oh God! On our chat line, I put out there. Cheryl Swoops had made a comment about the fever doing well this year and not giving Caitlin Clark her just dues about this team being decent this year. And what I said was, I sent him a clip with Stephen A. and his point of view, and I get it. We ain't fans of Stephen A. Because he's changed himself over the past couple of years. But I agree with him in this and saying that Cheryl Swoops was wrong for not giving Caitlin Clark her flowers with the notion that this team would have been, is doing well without her. And honestly, I'm saying that I totally disagree with Cheryl Swoops. And this ain't the first time that she's done this, where she was downplaying Caitlin Clark and what she's done to turn around this Fever team. I sent that to our group, and we didn't all agree in more ways than one. But to the TCY family, if you know where I'm coming from with this one with Cheryl Swoops and saying that you giving 4 people props on this season and you're leaving Caitlin Clark out, I figure you are part of the problem that is. There's just, like I said, there's not giving her the flowers. I'm not saying that she's the best thing since sliced bread, but what I'm saying to you is you can't show that you have a problem with this. You can't show that that I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that she's the best thing here, but you gotta say that there is a change in this thing with her being here, and that's all I was putting there. And as always, me and OG we'll go at it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I bow out gracefully because I'm not finna go against 3 Little Johns. I'm not finna do that. You feel what I'm saying? But yes, I did bring that out there. So my question to you guys on the show right now and our TCY family, if you are up to speed with Cheryl Swoops and her comments, do you feel like she's still slighting Caitlin Clark? I start with OG. I know you're ready, but I gotta let me give an impartial person the chance before you go off.
Number one, he's not impartial, but go ahead.
So yeah, I do agree with what Corey said on that one, man. There should have been. You don't mention the Indiana Fever without mentioning CC, and her not mentioning her was, I think it was on purpose. You don't just forget to mention the best player on the team. I was like mentioning the Chicago Bulls without mentioning Michael Jordan. Like it's like mentioning the Atlanta Hawks without mentioning Trae Young. You don't mention that this team is. I'm excited to see this team after the break because of Aaliyah Boston and some more other players, not including CC. I think it was a shot, and I think it was poor for Cheryl Swoops, one who is a trailblazer for the WNBA. You want that to continue on. You don't want to knock down or tear down the players that are out there right now, and the hate that CC is getting is still baffles me because she doesn't say anything. She doesn't come out and say anything. She hasn't crowned herself this next thing, but she's taking the brunt of it, from everybody, from the players and former players. So yeah, I think for sure, like you said, this wasn't Swoop's first time saying something like this or taking a shot, So yeah, right. I agree. OG.
Okay. So the first thing we'll say was, first question I want to ask you is, did she put her down? Did she say something negative about CC in the statement we're talking about? I don't think she did.
She didn't put her down, but not recognize.
All it requires is a yes or no answer. That's all I'm asking for.
No, you can't do it like that.
You can't do that because it's when you don't mention somebody that should be mentioned, that's a slight. So, yeah, it's a shot. So
okay. So I'm gonna tell you my viewpoint on why she didn't mention them. Because ever since this season has started, everything has been banked on and mentioned by CC. So since everybody putting all their marbles on CC, why can't Cheryl Swoop come out and try to give everybody else on their team props that's also playing on their team? Because CC is not the only doggone person on their doggone team. So why can't she come out and give everybody else their props? Because everybody else, including you two, are giving CC all the props. Number one. Second thing is, Corey, you made a statement saying about she is changing this thing. What thing is she changing? What is she changing?
One, if you want me to answer that question, are you gonna let me answer the question?
It's gonna be tough, because you don't say some stuff that
are you gonna let me answer? I'll give you one then. Viewership.
So you mean elaborate on that?
You can. But viewership. I use viewership.
Viewership has gone up. Why? Because she don't look like us, and no folk coming in to support her. That's number one. Number two. I hope they had the same energy. And mark my words about this. When Juju Watkins come in the league, let's see if the same energy is out there when Juju come in the league. Number three, she was not the only person that got drafted in this draft, but all the talk is about her. You know, you made a valid point to come out here and say how the game with the Atlanta Dream had moved to Phillips Arena. Mm-hmm. The Aces have sold out every home game this year. Did
they last year?
No, listen. Yeah, they did it last year.
No, they did not last year.
The Sparks, and the Connecticut Sun moved their game to TD Garden. Did you talk about that? Caitlin Clark was not even in that game.
What we said was a lot of that's what I'm saying. Viewership along the way has gone up. The WNBA has been there, but like I said on our text line, it was stagnant for years. They were looking for. I'm not saying that. Okay, you keep using words like savior and all that, but what I'm saying to you is there were a bunch of players that came in this season that made the viewership go up, and she was a big portion of it.
But what's been talked about? Who have you talked about that raised the viewership? Who have you mentioned?
Say again.
Who have you mentioned that increased the viewership?
Okay, it's not about who I mentioned. It's about what hadn't been mentioned. Asia Wilson has been great the past 3 seasons. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all introduced me to this 3 seasons ago, but even though she is the best player in the league, why haven't they attached themselves to it? Why haven't viewers attached themselves to watching it? They haven't until they've been great. They've been great for the past 3 seasons, which we understand. But there has not been enough sponsors, viewers, and all that attach themselves to that juggernaut that's been winning for the past 3 seasons. Why? Why is that?
You tell me. Why are you so vested this year?
It's not even. Y'all introduced me to this, and I'm good with that, OG. But what I'm saying to you is they found a reason to watch excitement. Now listen. I mean, it's exciting to watch her play. It's exciting to watch Asia Wilson play. But she's been doing the same thing. Now, I'll say, look. What I thought about was this. Before we did this show, what is it that why is it that I'm liking to watch, this? And I ain't gonna lie to you. And maybe those who understand it, like I'm a hooper. And I ain't the best hooper, but I'm a hooper. People like shooting. Now, at the same time, let's think about the game that Asia Wilson has. She is a shooter, right? But she's not like when you sitting there and you pull from half court, you pull the tray is what they're looking for. That's the exciting part of the game. Asia is exciting. She is. Now, at the same time, what I'm telling you is nobody has attached themselves to her, even though she is a great player. We got more excitement watching South Carolina play. You know what I'm saying? We did. There were more viewers in college than there was in the WNBA before Caitlin Clark came to the to the W. It brought excitement to the game.
So you go tell me, and you may not watch it, that last year's championship game between the Aces and the New York Liberty wasn't exciting.
It was. I watched it. Remember, I was rooting against them. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me it wasn't exciting.
It was very exciting. It was. We also watched the NCAA too, and that was exciting too.
Yeah, but you saying the same thing about that.
As much as you don't like it, she brings more excitement to the game. with that excitement and that ability to shoot, pass, assist, it's more people that are attaching themselves to that portion than it is in the past 25 years with these girls who can hoop and play. It's just it increased tremendously because of the ability to shoot the ball, to pass. You know what I'm saying? She's the newcomer, or what is it, Pete Maravich or whatever. But or somebody even said the next Magic Johnson that can hoop,
man,
that can shoot. I know you don't like to hear it, dude. I know you don't. But
I don't know why you throwing that Magic Johnson out there.
I'm just saying, did you see some of the passes that this girl is putting up?
Corey, don't do that. Magic Johnson also played 5 positions on the court too. So don't do that.
No.
Johnson also played 5 positions on the court. So
Magic Johnson was. That's why he was called Magic.
You go ahead and leave it with Pete Maravich if you want to. You go ahead and leave it over there.
He was awesome too.
Don't bring it with Magic. Don't bring it with Magic.
They hella players, but what I'm saying is we're gonna get the same thing. If I want to see layups and 20-footers, I can get that out of it. But when I double up on you and I step back and bust your butt with a tray, it's funky. If I hit you with a back behind the bad pass, and the reason why this is so controversial is because she's white.
But I'm telling you right this. Go ahead and mark your calendar, mark this date and time on this episode.
Okay.
And in 3 years from now, I can guarantee, I'm going to do like Charles Barkley. I can guarantee you that it won't be as much hype when Juju Watkins come into this league.
Juju going to be there next year, possibly, right?
Oh, they make them play their whole 4 years and women.
Oh, they got to play.
They can't leave early. They can come junior if they're redshirted.
And look, James, don't say that. Don't do that. That I don't give. Hey, look, I tried to say today when you put up all that information about Reese today, and I said that's awesome, amazing. And you didn't even look. We can give them all that all you want, and you still won't give me props for that. We've been giving them. Now listen, I give Reese hell because that double rebound it still irks me. I ain't gonna lie to you. The only person I can send it to separately is G because he understands. If you. It seems like I'm bashing her if I put it to the group, but understand me thoroughly. There's excitement with the girl. That's all I'm saying.
My thing is, if you're a fan of the W, then you're a fan of the W.
I am a new fan. I've been a new fan for the past 3 seasons.
That's my thing. So yeah, the viewership may have gone up, but to me, if this is what they're gonna do, then I hope they're consistent with it. Because like I say, when other players of color that had just as much excitement come to the league,
like Juju.
Yeah, I want to be like Juju. Okay. And don't say she's not exciting.
Juju better put up 500. Look. Okay, so let's. No. You got to do that, though, G. You got to. You got. If I break the assist record as a rookie, and I got the most points as a rookie as of last game with over 500 so far, I'm hooping. I'm hoping, OG.
The only way I'm gonna be excited if I come in here with all these make-believe records like Caitlin Clark got.
Make-believe?
She don't own the record. I'm still gonna argue that to this day.
Okay.
Her girl owns the record.
She does. She owns that, but the NCAA gave her this one. They're two different records.
That's why I'm not doing it.
And that's fine. But okay, erase that one. What about the assist record as a rookie? And she still got 11 games left. She finna eviscerate it. She finna eviscerate the points as a rookie.
What kind of record does Angel Reese have for rebounds?
She been don't even.
See what I'm saying? You got double standard. You want to classify her as double dipping.
She gets the double double. She won't.
All her rebounds are not double dipping.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm just saying you gotta add that on to. But regardless of how I feel about her double double, she gonna get the double double. And a losing effort, you know what I'm saying? But when you change it, when you make your teammates better, when your assists tell me that your other teammates are getting buckets, you gotta acknowledge that. When you telling me that I'm still getting a dub every game, plus just throw in a couple of rebounds here and there, you're overall making this team better. Reese did become the first player in the WNBA to have 3 consecutive 20-point, 20 rebound games in a losing effort. I get that. It's great.
So all these games, so you gonna tell me that all these games that Caitlin Clark had these assists in, they won all of them?
No, not at all. But you better than what you was last year. Your teammates
But why you want to bring up the point right there? What Snack put up there saying in a losing effort? What difference do that make?
Because you're not making your team better. You're just getting yours. Asia Wilson did the same thing when they were losing before y'all got Gray back, right? Nobody was talking about her.
Who wasn't talking about it?
Only you. Okay. But y'all, they were losing. They lost the other night. You know what I'm saying? To the Liberty.
That's because their focus is someplace else. That's why they're not focusing on the best person in the league. Because their focus is somewhere else.
Who's focused? The league?
Their focus.
You're not being fair. That's my whole thing. You won't be fair. You won't be fair.
Okay. We're gonna see how fair it is. Like I say, and you can talk all that junk about Juju got to come with records. But if you come as an exciting player that's exciting in college, you go tell me that the only other person that you got to break all these records in college to come to the WNBA and make the game exciting.
No, I'm saying she brings excitement. Don't change my words. Okay. Can you do this for me? Is she an exciting ball player?
Who?
Who am I talking about? Caitlin Clark.
To some people, you know, I'm gonna.
My point is that you can't do it.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're gonna sit here and tell me that I like shooters. You basically tell me I don't like the inside game. So I'm
a hooper. I said I'm a hooper and I like the shot.
I like the inside game.
Okay.
Let me tell you where, and we probably could have had a face of the league, a person that actually took the league to another level back in Maya Moore's time. Maya Moore was that person that was the one that they was like, this is going to be, she's going to keep our league going from where we had it with Swoops and all them. Maya Moore was the next one to keep it, and then she stopped. She won her championship and stopped. And that left a big gap between where we are with the Aces and now from when Maya Moore left out. Lisa Leslie, she retired. Like, so the league was struggling in between that time before the Aces started balling. Candace Parker came. Candace Parker came. So it took. But it was they needed Maya to keep that thing going. That Maya would have actually brought more because she was the excitement. Yeah. You know, she was even
Diana Taurasi, who is a hooper.
Yeah, Diana did too.
White, but they didn't attach themselves to her like that, you know, because she got the most points in the WNBA right now, right? She's been there. This is a 20th season, can shoot, but they didn't attach themselves to her. Asia Wilson is awesome, you know, dominant, but there's a level of excitement that most people want to be able to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
And I'm saying this, I'm giving them their props. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching them girls play ball. You know what I mean? And Brianna, you know, there's some good ballers out there. I'm watching UConn for a long. I watched UConn before I watched a whole lot of WNBA. UConn was dominant for 10 seasons. You know, all I'm saying to you is she brought it to them. She brought this to the WNBA. We don't know why. You know, we all have our reasons why. But there's still a backup to this though, because you got to play the game. I ain't gonna lie. She's taking it from the media. She's taking it from players. She's taking it from us. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you. But you know, she's taking it from me. But gracefully still goes out there and balls and still puts up the same numbers that she's been consistent now. And then a little bit better, she's made the team better. They're almost close to the Aces right now. It's a 4-game difference. That's all I'm trying to say, G.
Is that
That's
true?
all I'm trying to say, G. Huh?
Consistency. We see.
Yeah.
There's a 4-game difference between them and the Aces.
But let's look at consistency. And like I said, consistency is, and you can say what you want to, that somebody else coming to the WNBA got to have all these records coming with them. But to me, Juju and my girl from South Carolina, Malaysia Fulwiley, are going to bring excitement to this league, to the W.
I agree.
But I guarantee you,
James, stop saying that. God,
the viewership won't go up like it did for this one.
You gotta bring viewers to get viewers. You don't think she brought viewers with her?
I told you why.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've tried. I told G before the show, I said, I'm not finna do this with OG. You won't be able to flex, huh?
I said, y'all maybe won't talk about it. I didn't say y'all should, but you saw my name. You saw my name.
You doing that when you took your hat off. You know you ready to do that. You had your piece of paper. You writing out like a journalist. We saw you doing that.
I was taking notes of what you were saying so I could comment on it.
Comment, man. Listen.
I learned that from Crystal.
Lord knows she'll chew both of our butts out. I'm chewing both of them after dealing with Crystal.
Hey man, episode 27 in the books. I think you need to look at both ways. Clayton is a good player, but if you cannot admit that her being white isn't the reason that all the eyes are on the W, you aren't being honest.
That ain't my company. That's for you.
If you cannot admit that her being white
isn't the reason,
that's for you.
Yeah.
I'm saying, just because she's a white, she can ball, white or black.
That's for you. It ain't for me.
No, what I'm saying is, you putting it as it is because she's white, that she getting all the viewers and all that stuff. That girl can hoop. That's all I'm not. Hoop. You leave her some space and she gonna drill.
I'm not saying nothing negative about her.
What? What is it?
I've said nothing negative about her. What am I saying negative about her? Nothing.
You know, okay. I know we got off stage.
You haven't said anything positive about her either.
Yeah, at all.
That ain't negative either.
What you say? If you got nothing nice to say, Mama say? If you got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
All right.
All right, man. Like I said, man, episode 27 in the books. We appreciate each and every one of y'all out there rocking with us. My dog, Snack Panther, James,
he full of. I done said plenty good things. I ain't said he full of it too.
My dad, Larry Wright. My nephew, NF Skull.
Put my hat on there.
My dog, Al Lassiter, Rodney Littlejohn, and my dog, Kamari ain't white. Make sure y'all check him and his wife out. The Christmas podcast. Who else is out there? My wife, Crystal Wright, and anybody else out there we may have missed, man. Charges to our eyes. Oh, my dog, Mike Franklin. F stands for fact check.
He just sent me that clip where Zeke didn't look good.
and it says it on the doggone thing what happened. Like, and then he's still gonna send that same thing. Like,
OG, I'm sending it to you.
he got hit in the his private part, man, and he bent over.
Is that what they were? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's on the caption.
Yeah. I was like, heard. Okay, yeah. Private pain. Okay.
Lamar Fields. I didn't see him in the
Who?
Lamar Fields.
Oh, my dog, Lamar Fields. That's right. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. About to have a call. Hey, man, we love y'all. Remember to keep your head on a swivel and keep God first. We'll see y'all on Wednesday, baby, at 8 o'clock. We are out. Peace.
Oh, I forgot to get Georgia check their props, man. My bad. Great win for Georgia State. Hey, man, OG.